David E. Beats. I'm here with officially F.A.D.E.D.com. I'm a guitar player, rapper, producer from DC, and now I live in New York. And I'm sort of kind of getting famous a little bit. Well, obviously being awesome is one. Another is not really giving a fuck where you are, what you're doing, just doing you at all times, really. And that kind of goes along with dope sauce. It's just like something that's just so crazy or something. Anything can be dope sauce. Like a picture can be dope sauce. Your outfit can be dope sauce. Milk right now that has cookie crumbs in it is dope sauce. Like, just do you. Like, you don't care, you know? That's essentially what awesome sauce is. I get asked that question a lot. I think it would be anybody, because I really like listening to everybody, you know, even if they're whack, you know, like, because I don't know, I think they contribute a little something to the game. Like OJ the Juice Man, I like him, I think he's funny, so I listen to him when I'm in my ignorant trapping phase, you know, so if I feel like I want to hear something really ignorant, and I just don't want some early morning trapping, and I run around my apartment like, you know. So I would love to collab with anybody. I guess it would have to be myself. Honestly, I kind of inspire myself, and I also look to other. You know, I think the best inspiration other than yourself, you know, also reaching from the inside is also discovering new bands. Like every day I'm always looking to discover new bands, new artists, new rappers, you know, things like that, which I also draw inspiration from. So I started making money from it at one point. I mean, at first when I decided to rap, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, this is cool, but I'm going to do it until it pops off. And then when I actually started to get some PayPals from it, I was like, hey, I think I can actually do this. So it's pretty much how it happened, you know? Yeah. What prompted my move was that Olivia, my publicist, contacted me because she saw all the work that I was doing down there. This was like, I think over a year ago. I was producing for a lot of artists at the time, and I produced for one of her artists. And she liked the music so much, the music ended up getting spins on radio and things like that, like last year. So she said, she was like, hey, we work in New York City, you know, we'll all work together, you know, we'll essentially be a team or whatever, because they like my beats, I like their whole infrastructure. So that's what made me come up to New York. The thing with the artist didn't really work out, but now me and Olivia from my NPR agency, now we're kind of doing our own thing, and it's, you know, working out a lot. So getting my song on iTunes. How many of you other rappers have your song on iTunes? Not many, but I do. I have a song on iTunes. Anyway, it's a lot of big accomplishments, like really. It's a lot to name. I feel like all of my accomplishments are big because, you know, you being from DC once again, you don't really, it's a very slow grind down there, and to be able to do the things that I've done in such a short amount of time, it feels like a blessing. Surprisingly, my whole family plays either some instrument or sings or raps, or like there's a saying in DC where it's like everybody's cousin has a go-go band. Yeah, but like all my cousins are vocally trained, play piano, trained to play piano, trained to play guitar. Actually, when I went back to Thanksgiving, my uncles were schooling me on blues guitar. Like they were like murdering me on the guitar, like just murdering me on that shit. So, but yeah, I mean, my whole family is just a very musical family, but I'm really the only one who's kind of pursuing it and, you know, doing the things that I'm doing. I think I'm the first one to ever actually have a song on the radio. I'm the first one to actually have released a project, or, you know, things like that, little things like that. I'm actually the first one in my whole family. At first, I remember the conversation I had with my mother. I walked in, I said, Mom, I have something to tell you. And she looked at me like, I said, you know, I've been feeling this way for a while, and I think that it's about time I let you know I want to be a rapper. And she was like, oh, ooh, she was like, I thought you were about to tell me you were gay. And yeah, so no, I told her that's essentially how I came at her when I was 14, literally 2 days after listening to my first rap album. And I told her, I said I wanted to be a rapper. And from then on, I don't know. They wasn't really supportive at first until I moved to New York. And they weren't even really supportive of that decision either. And until I really moved to New York and things started to happen, and you know, I started to perform more places and do bigger and bigger venues, just make more moves, and then that's when everyone started to be like, oh yeah, you know, I remember back when you were recording in the house, yeah, I was nurturing your talent, so, you know, now everyone wants to be supportive, but yeah, back then they really weren't like that. I mean, not to sound like it, but the blueprint kind of changed my life a little bit. Like, from track 1 to track 12, it was just like, I don't know, like that was actually the first, because my mother would never let me listen to rap growing up, and I honestly never really liked it until I heard that album. It was just, it sounded like music, you know? It sounded like regular old hip-hop. It didn't sound like people screaming or talking about gaps and stuff. It just sounded like music, which is what I was accustomed to hearing. Because I grew up on, you know, listening to rock and roll, Michael Jackson, jazz, blues. Like, I grew up listening to, you know, music. And seeing my mother sing, my mother's a classically trained singer and pianist. Just listening to music, and when I heard that album, it just sounded real, you know? And when I heard it, I was like, oh wow, this is rap, you know? I was like, holy shit, you know? And from then on, I just, like, literally the day after, I started freestyling with my friends, and it just changed my life, you know? I actually invented a genre for myself, because I'm that dope. I'm that dope sauce. It's called New Vogue, N-E-W-V-O-U-G-E. I put people like Drake and Kid Cudi in that category, and Wale. These are guys who are essentially changing the face of hip-hop and pioneering a new style. Like Wale bringing the go-go onto a national and international level. Like Drake coming and rapping and singing, and actually knowing how to sing. Like Kid Cudi being a songwriter, rapper. Like, you normally hear about singer-songwriters, but you never heard about a songwriter-rapper who can also kind of croon a little bit, you know? And I feel like these guys are people who, especially Kid Cudi's album, amazing, by the way. Did you know, I'm sure a lot of people didn't know, but he had a full orchestra on every single track, except for the Made Her Say in the Day and Night, but there was like a full string orchestra on his whole album, and I don't think that's ever been done before, you know? So me on top of that soloing over my own records and, you know, performing with like a big band and things like that, and I'm doing things that's never really been done before. So I kind of put myself in that category. 2010, you should see my new album coming out called Exit, which will have like a lot of guitar crap on it, and, you know, rapping and singing and shit. Other than that, I'm going to Chicago to shoot my next video. I'm going to be there for 4 days. When I figure out that I made it, I think it will be when my child looks at me. I don't have any kids, so no, but when I do have a kid, my kid will look on TV and he will see me essentially getting inducted into the Hall of Fame and be like, oh yeah, that's my dad, you know? That's when I made it, so.
I made it to my mission, staying fly up in my cockpit, doing tricks with no permission. I be stunting over here, stunting over there. They asking me to stop, I tell them I don't care, cause I'm on it. Yep, I'm on it. I do just about whatever, cause I want it. And homie, you can't stop, you just gonna rock, cause you know you need it. I be like The Rock, steady spitting vicious lines, tripping when I mention my rhyming, better timing in the order Dr. Seuss ain't trying. I'm the greatest to ever do it on a song, but they won't recognize till I do it for too long. I just wanna say it all on the right track, but I can't hold y'all that long, so let me take it back. Dog, new day, new celebrity, posting on my Twitter page like it's just whatever, B. And you know, hard is the new go. Drunk off the new vote, pull your card, Uno. Being fake out here.
Yo, get that camera on my face, son, dead ass. Yo, you think I'm fucking with you, son? Yo, get that fucking camera on my, you know, I'm walking away, son, fuck that. Nah, fuck that, I'm walking away, nigga. Yo, get that shit on my, get that shit on my face.
It's no sweat, I'm just too cool